Hello, everybody, and I hope you are all well. I hope you are all feeling well. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's break up the energy, shall we, and ask Spirit to step forward. So, my name is Linda, and I'm so happy to see you all. I hope that you've seen us before. Now, if not, well, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are very pleased to have you here. So these messages are channeled through from the spirit realm. I use three decks. Well, actually today I've got four. And I have two new decks that I'm using, but I'm just getting used to them and I love them. They're absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off, get straight into it, and we're going to ask Spirit to give you some guidance. And this is with my private deck that I use for this. It's just the major arcana. And I've been using this deck now for my daily message for many, many years. Something's just jumped out, so we'll put that one down. And so that's the one that's just dropped is the Justice card, a fair and just decision. And we also have the Release card, the end of a phase or situation. This is wonderful too. This is a lovely card as well, number 13. And the third one that she would like to give you today, and she seems to want to shoot this one out, is Renewal, which is all about, again, a move in a new direction, a wonderful move in a new direction. What a very promising story we've got here for you. Hey, okay, the first one, Justice. So are you in a situation at the moment where maybe you're in a legal battle, or it's very possible some of you could be? Look, not everybody will resonate with this, with all of this reading, because we're channeling through from spirit, and we're also talking about a few different subjects. And so some of you will resonate with some of the messages, and others that won't mean anything to you, or let those go because they're probably meant for the other person that's watching. And so just trust that there is something here for you. There's something here to guide you on what's going on in your life at the moment. And so this very first story that Spirit has given us, it is about the legal situation, a legal situation or justice. This says to you, there is a fair and just decision. So if you are hoping that you're waiting and hoping that you are going to win this case, well, if you've been honest, if you stood up for your beliefs, if you've done what you know is right, there should be a just and fair decision, shouldn't there? And this is also saying to you, well, if you are in a legal situation and you're putting your case forward, please make sure that it is, you stand up for your beliefs, yes, stick to your guns, stand your ground, but also make sure that you do things on a very honest level. It's possible that you may be battling with somebody who hasn't done that. Maybe somebody, you're battling with somebody who's putting together a lot of deception. There's betrayal. There's all sorts of things here. And that makes it very difficult, doesn't it? But that doesn't mean you have to do the same thing. So stand up for your rights, stand up for your beliefs, but do what you know is right. Do what you know is right, always, okay? We also have the Release card. This is all about the end of a phase or a situation. It's time maybe to move on. Maybe it's time to move on. It's spiritual transformation. Turn all the light that's around him, all that light that's around him. So this is also trusting in spirit. It's, release any anger as well. Release anything that's not good for you. Maybe it's time to bring something to a closure. Maybe this is what this legal situation is about. You may be going through a split, a divorce, or, there's lots of things going on where you have to go through that sort of thing, unfortunately. And this is saying, well, it's time now to release. It's time maybe to walk away. Maybe you're thinking of going through that, and maybe it is time to walk away. Maybe you do need to go down that path of looking for legal advice. It could be also about that. So this is a time to move on. It is time to free yourself maybe of a situation that's no longer good for you. You could be in a job, this could be about superannuation or monies that are owed to you in a job. Maybe you've got a fight. Maybe you've been hurt at work. Maybe you've been in an accident and at work, and you've got a fight. And they might be being deceitful and trying to rob you. There is that possibility too, for that matter. And so, you just stand up for yourself, stick up for yourself, stand your ground, be honest, be totally honest. And once it's all settled, then you can walk away. You can walk away knowing that you did the right thing, and that you at least you've told the truth, and hopefully the truth wins out. This is about evaluating. It's time about moves. It is time to move in a new direction. It is also another confirmation about the Justice card, a favorable assessment of the facts. So this is also about the facts coming out, the truth, and coming out and working in your favor, working in your favor. We've got a couple here. They're also, being watched over. Maybe it's time to move in a new direction. Maybe it's time to make change. Maybe it's time to, even though this is not a relationship reading, doesn't mean to say that some of you may not be in this situation, that where maybe you do need to move on. Maybe there's a situation going on around you that's not really nice, and maybe you need to move in a new direction. You might have a lousy landlord and you're fighting for your rights because he's hanging on to money that he shouldn't be. And then when it's all over, then you move on, you move away from it, and you release it, you let it go, and you make a fresh start. That could also be the scenario that's going on here today. There's two messages here about moving on. Very strong messages about moving on. And so some of you may be in a situation where you feel and you know that you're ready to do that. You just know, I just have to do that. This is why you're evaluating and reviewing your situation at the moment. And my guide is saying that, this is a time maybe to look at whether, should I move? If you've got a lousy job, if you've got a lousy job or a lousy boss, and you're just not being appreciated, they're not looking after you the way they should. And you've got this, it's not fair situation. It's an unfair situation around you. Maybe it is time for you to move on, and maybe you need to put those plans into place. There you are weighing up your, here you go. You're weighing up your situation financially. Maybe you need to weigh things up in this situation too. I see that, some of you are weighing things up. We've got two pentacle cards here. We know pentacles are about our finance. We know that. And this card here, this is all about, bringing in financial, bringing in balance, bringing in balance. Maybe you've got to turn around, you've got to make a little bit of a plan too, where you do bring balance in with your finances. Maybe you need to start a little savings account that you don't touch. Bring balance, put some away each week, and don't touch it. You might be thinking of doing that. This is also a very lucky card too. So this is about adapting. Sometimes we have to adapt to things, don't we? Sometimes we do have to adapt. We have to make changes, especially if we're thinking of moving on, especially if we're in a situation where we are battling with something, or, there is a need for justice to prevail here. This is all about, he's trying very hard to keep everything, he's trying very hard to keep everything okay. He's working hard on his finances, and in the background here, he's been through some, maybe you've been through some rough seas, and you're still trying to bring things back into balance financially. Maybe you've been going through a bit of a hard time over the last few years, and you're still struggling to bring things back into balance. It's possible that is also the situation for a lot of you. And this could sometimes be somebody maybe helping you out in that regard. It's very possible. Somebody might decide just to help you out, maybe mum and dad or grandpa or whatever might say, here you go, look, get back onto your feet. That's also, if that is the case, then we're saying to you, well, swallow your pride. And if that's what's happening around you, then isn't it wonderful to have people that care about you to do things like that? And look at this, you've got a Major Arcana, one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. And again, you've been told to move on. You've been told that maybe it is time to move on. Look at, maybe it's time to end something. There's the end of a phase or a situation in your life where you've seen the light. You say, look, no, I don't want this anymore. I just want to go. I want to start fresh. And this is taking that leap of faith. How do I do this? Well, you know what? If I don't take a leap of faith, then I'm never going to know, will I? I need to have faith that my decisions, my feelings, and my intuition is correct. If you have this feeling of, I know we've just got to move on. I've just got to release myself, release ourselves. We need to review and evaluate the whole situation, and then it's time. The time is now to move on. And this fellow, he's standing there, the dog's at his feet, he's not taking any notice of the dog. This is all about, beginnings of growth. It's about, he knows what he wants. He's looking ahead. The dog's trying to get his ankle, biting at his ankle, saying, hang on. And he's saying, no, I'm ready. I know it's time. It's the right time. If I don't take this leap of faith, how will I ever know? How will I ever know? I'll still be stagnant. I still won't be getting anywhere. I'll still be in the same position that I'm in now. And so if you just know with your gut instinct, your guides and teachers are saying to you, come on, if you've got that feeling, I just need to do this, then please don't question it. Please don't question it. Just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. This is this new deck that I have discovered. And I don't normally read books. When I do readings, I don't need to read books. However, I would like to share with you the written description of this card. And here we go. We've got this beautiful Queen of Cups, the Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Cups, Princess Diana, who I absolutely adored. My heart broke when she died. This is the Queen of Cups, an emotional, beautiful lady. And this is the interpretation of this is all about emotional stuff going on around you at the moment. But there's this emotional stuff. And, if you're thinking of taking a leap of faith, are you a little bit frightened, a little bit nervous about that? That's understandable, isn't it? But let me read you the book of this beautiful queen. Okay, let me read you. Now, this is as I said, this is a new deck, you see. And the other day I was going through it, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is just this really is so different to what I've ever come across before. And so and I thought, well, I've really got to share this. So this is the beautiful Queen of Cups. And when I read you this little interpretation of what the author of this deck says, you'll understand why I want to read it out to you. I am the siren song drawing men into the depths in which they either swim or drown. I am the enticement, the beauty offered, the mystery half concealed and flirtatious, half revealed to draw you in. She is a little flirty queen. I am the mermaid playing in the sunlit waves, hair flowing, laughing as you come closer, and I am her arms that surround you as you are dragged with a kiss in the slightest abyss. In my depths there is wonder and danger, the choice of which is yours alone. Will you swim in the waters of your emotion and subconscious? Will you dance with the sunlight waves like the mermaid? Or will you drown in the depths, crying and lonely like the whale in the dark sea? The mermaid and the whale are sisters, so fear not the depths. For in the concealment of the darkness lies wisdom and profound mystery. This is about a wise person. This is about being wise in your choices. Make the right choices. If you've taken this leap of faith, don't be afraid, but be wise. Be wise about the way you do it. Look, this queen is she is mysterious. She's a mystery. She is a bit of a mystery. She's she is a when we look at the queens, when we look at the family, we can see our loved ones. We can see, and this queen, she is fun and she's laughter, and maybe you need some fun and laughter in your life. Maybe you need to go out to dance. Maybe you need to have a little bit of fun in your life. It's very possible. But she's also very psychic. She's very, very psychic because she's a water sign and water signs. So follow your intuition here. Follow your intuition with this step that you're thinking of taking. Follow your gut instincts. You've been told all the way through this. If you feel that you need to move in a new direction, if you need to make a fresh start, then trust. Trust that you're doing the right thing. So she's also about changes. There's that change. They say things about her. They're talking about her as the queen here, but it's just the lovely way that she is shown. So this is all about not being afraid to jump in, not being afraid to jump into the waters. There's a lot of water here. In this here, they're standing in very calm water. And in front of the angels watching over them, the seas are very calm. They've been through turbulent seas. They've been through the turbulent seas, but now it's coming into this area. So you may have been through some turbulence recently. You may have been through some turbulence over the past few years. It's very, very possible. But now it is time. It's time to release all of that. Don't hang on to that because it'll bog you down if you do hang on to it. You're through it now. You've come through it now. And so now it is time for you to trust in spirit, trust your intuition, trust that you are highly intuitive. Don't allow negative emotions to hold you back in taking this leap of faith. Please don't let fear step in because fear is an emotion and this is an emotional message. Allow your emotions. Make sure that you feel safe and that you trust, that you do trust your intuition. And we have the waters here, but they're also in the past. Those rough seas are no longer here. They've gone, and now he's standing on firm ground, and he is bringing everything back into balance. So everything is probably coming back into balance for you. Everything is coming back into balance for you. Okay. I hope these messages have helped you in some way today. There's a lot of shifting going on here. There's a lot of you may be in that situation where you do need to make a move. Some of you need to move. Some of you need to release what it is that may be holding you back. There may be also a need for you to look at your finances a little bit differently. And if you're going through a little bit of a time of difficulty, well, look, just try and keep everything in balance. Keep everything in balance. If you're also contemplating taking a step when it comes to finances, you are being told not to be afraid to take that leap of faith. However, don't allow negative emotions to get in the way, but also trust your intuition. This is a card of intuition. And also, there's a lot of water here. Water's all about flowing, but the negative waters are behind you. The good waters are around you now or ahead of you. There's a lot of emotional stuff going on, but there's a lot of flow. There's a lot of good flowing. Everything's going to flow for you. Everything is going to finally flow positively for you. So be brave. Would you like to get more messages from us? Would you like to get notifications when when my guides have put out more messages for all of you out there? Well, all you have to do is tick on the little, just if you could give us a little ticky, that would be nice. Or maybe you'd like to subscribe, and in the future, when we do the star signs, we'll be doing the star signs for September next week. If you would like to receive those for your star sign, then please subscribe and you will get notified. Also, we're going to be doing our psychic development classes, teaching you how to connect to your guides and how to work with your gifts. These are all free, and we love doing them. We love to. The more people we can help to become more enlightened and to walk a wonderful, healthy, happy path as a light to us and others, the better, because it will change our world, and we need to change our world. We need to get rid of the fear that's been put out there, that they've tried to rule us with for a while. And we have to start thinking for ourselves. And the best advice comes from the spirit realm. The truth comes from the spirit realm. And so they're the ones we need to trust. We need to trust spirit, and they will talk to you when you start to connect to them, learn to work with them, and I'll teach you that. And you will walk a wonderful path of truth and peace in your soul. And you won't have any fears, and you won't take any notice of all these crazy things people put out there. Let's have a little look now, please. Please have a final message in the Letting Go deck. So this is the Letting Go deck and I'll show you, darlings. I don't know if I showed you this at the beginning, I'm not sure. So this is the David Hawkins Letting Go deck. It's a beautiful deck. And I like to ask my guide if she will just give us one final little message and it usually resonates with everything that we have talked about. And so what is she giving us? How long do you want to go on suffering? Ooh, no. Not at all. When are we willing to give it up? When is enough enough? When is it time to move on? When is it time to take a leap of faith? Time to move in a new direction, free ourselves, release ourselves, trust our intuition. The part of us that wants to cling to negative emotions is our smallness. Well, Spirit doesn't look upon us as small, but this is just the way he interprets this affirmation. It is part of us that is mean, petty, selfish, competitive, cheap, mistrusting, judgmental, weak, guilty, ashamed, and vain. Is that the part with which we want to identify? Well, those emotions, those things, they do actually exist in our world, don't they? They may not exist in our world, my world, your world, but they do exist in the world out there. And there are people who are like that. There are selfish people. There are people who are mistrusting. There are people who are judgmental, and that's one of the hardest things. But there's a lot of people that are very judgmental. And so that is out there, isn't it? But we don't have to become a part of it. We don't have to put up with it. How long do you want to go on suffering? Because people who think like that, people who treat us like that, they cause suffering to us, don't they? And so you don't have to accept any of that. You can release yourself and start a whole new journey in life. It's just a matter of planning it. It's just a matter of planning it, weighing things up, making sure that you've got everything organized, making sure you plan everything, your future, to get away from, if you're working in an environment like this, it's the worst thing for you. It really is. So when we are willing to give it up, that's when we can move forward. When is enough enough? If you're in a situation where you're just at the stage where you think, I really can't tolerate this anymore, This is not good for my health. It's not good for my soul. Well, that's when you start to put plans into place. Okay. You need to stand up for yourself, stand up for your belief system, stand up for who you are. I'm a good person. I don't need this sort of crap around me, this rubbish around me. I need to free myself, release myself from this, and that's what I'm going to do. I need to move in a new direction because this is coming to an end. This phase, for many of you, there's a bad thing that's coming to an end, and it could be a legal situation. It's a situation that you've been going through. It's coming to an end, and once it's completed, once it's come to an end, then you can say, well, now I can close that door and I can move on to calmer seas and just make sure that I get all my finances and everything, my life in order. Get it all in order. And then I'm ready. I'll be ready. I'll take that leap of faith. I'll trust my intuition. I'll trust my intuition. I'll have faith in the person that I am. Won't let negative emotions get in the way. I'll have positive emotions because I will be trusting my intuition, trusting that the spirit is guiding me. I hope that we have resonated in some way with you today. You could be watching this video in 3 or 4 or 5 months' time. It's very possible. You will find this video, you will discover this video when you're meant to. The universe will take care of that, and they do just that. They take care of things and they draw people to us. They draw people to our videos who need the advice that they've given out today. And so, thank you so much for sharing your time with us. I would love to hear from you, where you're from. As you know, I'm from Australia, the Sunshine Coast. I have a wonderful life here, sunshine. I'd love to hear from where you're from. And also, I love your comments. If you have anything you'd like to say, I'll just click the little heart to let you know I've read your comments. I do love to hear from you. It gives me a lift, and I love doing this work, and so it just inspires me to keep going as well. If you'd like to subscribe, excuse me, we would be we would really love that. We would love to have you on board. Take care, everyone. Until we meet again, bye bye for now.